So, guys, we are back again as DFK bot traders, and there's a bot I've just created. My name is Thaddeus. There's a bot I've really struggled to make for the whole day. I've never created a bot for this long, almost 6 hours straight, and you can see it has a lot of stuff. It has so many things. Has I don't know so many things that we need to have a look at. And as we progress, as we proceed with our trading, just want us to have a look at a few stuff here. And that is pertaining this bot. It does digit differs, that's the contract. Sorry, digit differs, and the settings are here. So what it lacks is one item. It's working so perfectly. It's doing analysis for the last digit before it enters a contract, and we'll find that it has so many wins. You can see it's checking the last digit, and here you can see the last digit is 7. Before it goes into any contract, it has to do the analysis, because if you check on this part here, sorry, I don't know why it's highlighting. There's this part here that has a lot of stuff that we are trying to make sure we buy the right contracts when trading on binary. So you can see I've done some work here. It's not a walk in the park. This is just the first part, the analysis part before the bot now enters into any contract. Now, what this bot lacks is just a few items. We need to add the stop loss, the martingale, and stake, and so much. Now you can see if the bot loses in this instance, it was working on 6 analysis digit, last digit was 6, and you can see that we got a 6 at the exit spot. So that means that the bot did not buy digit D first, because it has to do that. Now, when it loses, it repeats. It immediately tries to change to another. From 6, it goes to another digit. And unfortunately, in this scenario too, we got a 4 at the exit, and it's changed. Now it has gone to 3. So the digit is not stagnant to one particular item, like 0 or 1 or whatever. The bot does its analysis based on how the market is. So we are going to look and check how much this bot can make. So this bot is, as much as it's good this way, now we are looking at 0, a digit that is not 0 at the exit spot. So the contract will be shown here. The contract is going to be shown here. Let's just wait a bit. So what I want to do to the bot, and I want you to also learn how to do it, is I want to add a stake, martingale, take profit, and stop loss, so that this bot can be as good as it should be. Because in this case, if we had a martingale, would not you see, not 5 after there, and we've won because that digit. So it switches from digit to digit. Now, the reason we are having all these wins and negative here is because of the martingale. Because of the martingale. So I'm going to, and rarely does the bot get 2 consecutive losses. I'm not saying it will never. I'm saying on rare occasions will you have it with double losses. So I want us to add some martingale to this bot and see if you're going to change something. Now we are working with a 3 at the end. So if now we have a 3, that's another loss. So basically, the reason we are having all these losses is just because we don't have a martingale on this boat. So let me add some martingale and see if at all we are going to recover. So let's start the process of adding. One, we are going to add, I said, stop loss, take profit, martingale, stake, all those parameters. So we start with of course the stake. So you come to this place advanced, you come to variable. I don't know why it's highlighting itself, but so we're going to work with it that way. I don't know what's happening to this laptop. Oh, okay. Let's do an undo. Let's redo. I don't know what that is. So all these parameters that are highlighted should not be highlighted in this case. I'll just ignore anything that is happening. Mhm. Leave this alone. This is not even what you're supposed to be working with. That's not what you're supposed to be working with. I really don't know what's happening right now, but I will try. And yeah, I'll try and see. Yeah, we are back to where we should be. And I guess this is what we want. Yeah, this is the bot that we are working with, not that one. Should be this one, but this one is highlighted. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to load this bot at the bot on a new tab so that we get everything uh, as supposed to be. So let's go. It's still in creation mode. We load that bot, then we run, and as we run, so what I want to add to this bot is if we go back to the one that was running and just check this thing. I don't know what. It's okay. Now we can even use this one. Yeah, we can instead of we can still use this one. So basically, what I was explaining is that the reason we're having this negative here with all these many runs is that we don't have a martingale. So basically, what you do in this case, you just go to advanced, assuming it looks that way. You come here, you come to add a variable, then you create. Let's have this one here, or we can easily close this one because we don't need it. Then we create a variable called stake. Now, stake, for those who don't know, is the amount you are buying, your initial amount. Out of this balance, how much the bot buys with. For example, in this case, the bot is set to buy with $1. So that is the stake. So we have that variable because it will be required somewhere. Then there's something called win amount. Win amount is basically an amount the bot adopts after the first win when you enter a trade. Now, after that, we'll need something called uh, take profit. Take profit is basically the target you want to hit and then exit the market. Now, there's also something we call a stop loss. Stop loss is basically, sorry, stop loss is basically the highest acceptable amount in case the bot loses. It does not or it should not go beyond that amount. So your account will be safe. You will never lose everything in your account. So you determine how much in case the trades goes up because sometimes they do. We can't say we always win. Sometimes they do. what should be done. So the bot will stop. Now the last item we need is something we call a martingale. A martingale is the factor by which the stake, and we said stake is the buying price, multiplies itself so that you can recover what is lost on the previous trade. Now, we can check to see. You can see we still have a few runs here. We have more runs, but as much as we have all these runs as wins, we have no money here. But when you include the martingale, you're going to see how to recover what is lost. Now, let's go. How do you incorporate all this? Now, since I created these so many things, I'm going to try and maybe collapse this. Collapsing doesn't mean that it won't work, it's just hidden. It's just going to be hidden somewhere you can't see it. Just going to be hidden somewhere you can't see it. Uh, just going to hide it somewhere. You can see we have another loss. So basically, I want to collapse this so that it becomes smaller and I'll be able to maneuver through the boat without having to really struggle around. I don't know why this is highlighting, but we shall proceed anyway. So you can see all those blocks that were big and all. The functions are still happening, but now you cannot see everything. It's collapsed here. So first item is you need to add your stake. You come here, variable, then you say set. Now you just bring it the way it is and put it here. Then you need to change the variable you need. And the variable we need as the first one is this stake here. Now, after you've chosen stake, you come to math, you have this, you drop it. Because creating both on binary or deriv is just a drop and drag and drop kind of thing, but you need to know what to drag and drop where. Now, we can have our stake as in this case, since we are trying, let's have 5. Then we go back. You can, instead of going back and forth, you can duplicate this. Right click and duplicate. Then place it there. Then in here, click and change to whatever parameter you want. Now we want win amount. So we click on win amount. Win amount and stake should always be the same. It basically means after this, after the first win, the bot should adopt this. But you can always have them different and you will see how. Now we want to have our take profit. So we duplicate this by right clicking. Then we go to, we look for take profit. Take profit, that's our take profit. Now, our target, let's say we just need to make like $20, for example. Now, we move to the next item. And this next item, we duplicate this, we set it here, and we go to, now we need our stop loss, so that we, stop loss, here we have it. Now stop loss is the highest or the maximum acceptable loss that you tell yourself, okay, if this trade does not give me this much profit, then it goes south, for example, then it should not go beyond this much. That is what you have accepted to lose, for example. And most of the time, it should be a little bit higher than your profit because you have to give the bot enough trading space. We call it breathing space so that it can try recover what is lost. Now, in this case, we are not going to have it as a so big number. Let's have it as somewhere close to 50. Then the last item we need to add to this board is course something called the martingale. Now martingale is the factor by which the board multiplies its the buying price. Martingale should not be 50. Now for a board like this that does digit differs, you can see the payout is so small. The payout is around at almost 10%, 9.9%, close to that. So you should have a big number so that it recovers everything that is lost. Now let's have here our martingale as 11, for example. For that kind of, for digit differs, we always recommend to have such kind of a martingale, a big one, because you're going to have so many wins. Now after that, let's align our board. Now we come to this setting up of this item, this block here, the fourth block. That's where after the get trade result and trade again on this fourth block, that's where you're going to incorporate everything. Now as you can see, the bot is, yes, it's trading, though it's trading with the previous settings. Let me move this one here so that you can see. You can see we have so many wins, but negative in terms of profits. So let's have the only thing that is leading to that is the lack of a martingale on this bot. Now let's move to the next step. We've already created the variables, we've already set them here. Now we need to have them put in place. After we get the trade, what should happen? So there's something, you come to logic, because logic is basically like, think think of logic as a program where someone tells you, if this happens, then do this. If this happens, then this should happen. So that's where you come to logic. You get this block here, then you place it here. I told you it's a drag and drop kind of stuff. Let's have it. Let's have this third second block this other way so that we have enough space here. Now we have that. Then we want to like give it some commands. Now we go back to our logic and we get this now and place it here. So we say if the result is win, we go to after purchase, for example. If the result is win, what do you want us to do? What do you want the bot to do? If the result is win, for example, sorry, this should not be here. Uh, let's let that one just stay there. If the result is win, meaning we've had a trade and it's a win, then what should the bot do? The bot should, we drop here, this one here. Now the stake, this one is with regards to the stake. Bot should set stake to, we go back here and get now what we call the win amount. The win amount, you scroll down until that's where now you're giving it a command of what the bot should do. We get, sorry, we want the win amount as the variable. You come and drop it there. Set stake to win amount. After winning, now if it does not win, so you get this and place it here. If it does not win, what should the bot do? You place it here, those two items. So if it does not win, sorry, we don't need that. You return else. Now else meaning it has lost. We can click this one here, can duplicate and place it here. Then say remove this. Then we need some mathematical ideas here. You bring this one down there. Then what are we doing? We are multiplying the stake at that time. Even if it was the win amount, it was taken as the stake. Multiply. Since I don't want to keep scrolling, let's just go one more time. The stake at that particular time multiply by This one you change to multiplication. And what should it multiply by? Martingale. So you can simply duplicate this, bring it here, then change so that you have martingale in here. We are multiplying by martingale, which we already chose up there as 11. So, for example, if I stop this boat here before we do anything else, if I just stop it here, and because for you to try anything new, always stop the boat and run it once again so that you can get to know if the bot has adopted the new strategy you're trying to implement. So we are starting this bot at this negative. So let's run it and see. In case we lose, are we going to get the martingale working? Now you can see it's not adopting the the five as the stake because there's a place we needed to do that, but we did not. Sorry for that. There's a place that was supposed to be done, but we did not. Let's align our bot. This video is giving me a lot of headache. There's a place we needed to work on. So on this long list here, we can expand the block so that we incorporate how the stake. There's a place the stake is supposed to go, so we can move this up. And when you're moving, make sure you're using outside. You're scrolling from outside because if you touch in there, for example, if I touch here, this is going to get unplugged or plugged off. Then if we do that, it means the bot is going to have a different kind of strategy. So we are looking for where I've really struggled with this bot almost 6 hours. So if you're coming to my inbox and you want it, just know that it's a premium bot. So here is where you need to get the stake here. So we go here, variable, we get our stake, then we attach it here, just like that. So if we stop it right now and run it, the bot should have a new buying price. The bot is going to have a new buying price. See, here we are, 5. Just that small step I've made, you can see it has given us something. So since that one is done, we can now collapse this part here because we don't need the whole of this collapse. Then we can align so that our bots now that one is what we hope to lose so that we can see. So let's set our one so that we get 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5 for every trade, 0. Sorry, 5.1, so that the payout is 0.5 for every trade. So we can stop every time you do anything you want to. Make sure you stop and run the bot once again. We run now, so you'll find that this now just changing the stake alone has already affected our results. Whenever you get such kind of this kind of notification, you just stop the bot and you try it again. Now as it tries to do some analysis in the background, last digit prediction for this contract, because it has so many, so the bot is still confused which one to pick, but we're going to make it now. As it does the analysis, you'll experience that much of the time because it has to be sure. You can see all these times we've not had any losses. Now the bot has picked this and you are earning 0.5. That's what I wanted us to get. Now we go back to our martingale. We hope now, yeah, that's what I was hoping that we lose, and see if the martingale is working. Let's see if the martingale is working, because we are waiting for it to multiply with a bigger number so that we recover what is lost here. What is lost is 5.1. 5.1. So let's see if that martingale is working. Then we go back and have another item added to that, the stop loss, and correct. Our bot has recovered what is lost. The bot has actually recovered what was lost, so we can proceed. You can see the martingale is working, it's multiplying by 11. So we go back and incorporate now the stop loss, because we are done with the stake and the win amount. Now we go to take profit and stop loss, because martingale is already incorporated. Now how do you do that? You you do that on the last bit, this bit here. Guys, I'm showing you how to make bots so that you don't cry, say, oh, I didn't know. Now you come here, logic, you get this logic here. Then there are things we need to add, something called else, else if. I remember in mathematics we used to have something like if and only if. So this one is if else. So I don't know what it means. What I know is I know how to use it. So um, we're going to do some stuff here. So basically that's everything we need to do. So we get this here, and we carry the whole block to this, to that part over there. So we get now we go back to logic. We get this block here. We place it here. So we we want to use the variables. So we have take profit. We need if I have so many variables, so that's why you are seeing me. Now we have to incorporate take profit. Sorry, take profit should be here. Then we have something greater or equal to. So after so where do we go? We have to look for something at the end after trading. What total profit, and I will show you where that total profit is. Total profit, if you go back here, total profit is here. Total profit and loss is here. So you can see our bot is the martingale is working perfectly. So we have that. Now, if total profit is equal or greater than the take profit which we've decided up there on the first block, what should the bot do? So you give it a command. This is what you should do. Sorry, not that. We should go to text, then print. It should show us a message telling us we've done this. So you come, you go back to text, you bring this here, item over there, you go back to text, you get this item over here and place it here. Then in here you type whatever message you want. For example, congratulations, trader. Uh, trader. This you choose whatever message you want. You achieved. Let's talk of you achieved. You are. Hey, sorry for that. I don't know what's happening. Your target. targets, then full colon, then dollar sign of how much you've achieved. Then you have this duplicate, then you attach it here so that it will give you a quantum of how much you'll have actually gotten. Now, that is the stop loss. It's done. We are done with having a stop loss. Sorry, take profit. Now we go back to stop loss. Now you come here, back to logic. You get this, and you duplicate this here, place it here. Now, here we have a few things to work on. Greater or equal to, sorry, this should be less or equal to the stop loss, so that because you're going to use a negative sign. So you come back here, you go to math, you come down here, you look for this square root, you place it here, you place, you change to negative, then we place here something we call the stop loss now. So you can easily duplicate this, then move it here, then change it to a stop loss. Now we have all this. Now when it's a stop loss, what should the bot do? You can duplicate this so that you don't take too much time, but you change the information in here. So because it's a loss, you can't say congratulations. So you can tell someone, oops, uh, you hit stop loss, so that this person knows they've hit their stop loss. Yeah, sorry, let's stop loss. So you full colon space and dollar sign. Now, there are those people who love their bots with some noise. If you want some noise to be notified that you are making some money, you can always come here and notify. Then if you can attach this to this, then you choose a message. In here you can write one, sorry, one, uh, one with green with some maybe job done, something like this. You can have the same, you duplicate, you have it here. In this you lost, it should be red, and it should give you some weird, then you have it lost. You can have a space. So we've done the simple stuff of martingale, fast stake, martingale, stop loss, take profit. So let's go to our bot. Let's go back to our bot and now have a test to see if whatever we've been doing was so let's run this bot. So I've taught you how to add variables, how to add stop loss, take profit, all those things. So in case you have any questions, you can always reach out. So let's try. Let's test our bot, because when I loaded it, it didn't have those items. Let's see this other side if the bot is running. Yeah, this bot is running. The same bot is running on this side, even though it's running with on a $1 stake, because that was the default one. But this other one, we've tried to adjust, and our take profit amount, take profit up here, take profit. We said our take profit is 20. So let's see how much have we made so far. So 20, yeah. So let's go. Let's see if the take profit, the stop loss. If we hit a stop loss, there's no problem, because we are testing to see I don't know why this. I'll work on this. In the meantime, let's work on the main parameters that we've really set up. So let's go. We can even reduce the amount so that we hit the target soon enough. Can still do that so that you don't stay here for too long, but it's my work to make sure that everything is okay. So if as the bot tries to buy, we can see where we started from. We have where we started from. Uh, at this point, we had not done anything, had not managed or not managed, but decided to add. Let's see. I don't know why this bot is behaving this modified. So I'll try check where that notification is coming from, so that when I'm sending the bot to anyone who will have purchased it, you're going to get the right info. Now, since it's misbehaving, let's have this as let's say what 13 or 10, even 10. We know we are done with 10, so let's have it as lower it to 15 so that we can hit it, and maybe we confirm that our take profit parameters are working well. I'm working on checking where this red notification is coming from. Now the bot is, but you see, I've not changed anything, but the bot is performing. You can hear the noises of losing. Yeah, it was working with a 9. We lost because at the exit spot you have 9. So let's see if this bot is either it hits a stop loss or a take profit, whichever way, we are testing if those parameters are working. So you can hear the sound. So both sounds for losing and winning are working. So let's move. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. This is how you make bots, guys. This is how you add these small things. So you should not cry. When the bot goes for a specific number, it remains there for maybe one or two times, then it changes to another figure. As long as it predicts that it's not going to appear at the exit spot, it switches to a number that is likely not. Like right now we are for 9. So you can see we are remaining with maybe one win, and we'll have our $15 and the bot should stop. So the reason I changed that is so that we hit our goal and see what happens. So if that happens, here we are watching. So if you want to learn how to make bots, you want to get this bot. This one is not a free bot. Let me not lie to you. This one is not a free bot because you can see the work I've put in creating all those stuff and trying to perfect it. And definitely, you're not going to use the 5. That's a win. And there, our bot has told us, congratulations, trader, you achieved your target of $15. Our target was $15, but remember we said greater or equal to, so this is a little bit greater than 50. But when it does that, it should stop. The bot should not continue buying. Now, this bot, you can see it's perfect, it's perfectly working that way. So I will stop the bot, I will save the video so that Um, I will also save the bot itself, stop there. So I'll just change maybe the parameters to that figure that everyone can be able to afford, so that in case at 0.35, I always have it that small. If you're trading with that small amount, maybe let's have your goal as somewhere 10. Stop loss 50 is fine. Close to that is okay. So that martingale should be that. So the rest, you're not going to see this part, but all I can tell you that this is one of the finest digit differs bots that you'll see in the market. I've taken my time. I've shown you how to add these other parameters here, and can see it's not a big deal anyway. To me, to it could be. So stop. Let me save. I don't know which name to use for this bot, but let me just save as what? Let me. I have so many other things. I don't know which name to give it. DFK. Digit over digit. D first. Digit. Digit. D first. D first. I can even give it the name today, 18th. I'll think of a name then rename it later. DFK digit difference. Today's date 18th of October. So don't let people sell to you names. Let them sell you strategies. Because for me, I even lack names to give my bot because I create so many, like two, three bots every day. So we save, and whoever wants this bot, just WhatsApp me. I'll leave my number in the comment section. And with that, guys, thank you and be blessed.